Hello friends, and welcome to Crick Vidya's IPL podcast, where we analyze each team and try to predict the ideal playing 11 for each team for the upcoming UAE IPL. Today we have four people on the podcast, two from Crick Vidya, that is me, Suneet, and Yasir. And apart from that, we have two guests. One is Balaji, and the other is Manoj. I'll ask the guests to first introduce themselves and give us a little bit of their background, and then we can probably move to the discussion. So, Bala, you can start.
Yeah. Hi, guys. As Sunit said, Balaji here, and I'm just a normal cricket fan who considers cricket as a religion. So that's it. I just love to talk about cricket, and I can talk 24/7. And here to talk about Rajasthan Royals. Ah, that's it.
Hello
Manoj?
guys.
Yeah.
First of all, let me correct. It's Mohan. It's not Manoj.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay, fine.
No, I-
I'm a kind of very big sports lover. I love sports. I do love talking about sports. I'm a very big cricket fan, and I also used to play cricket on my college days, and I'm very much involved into cricket. So you can just look at me as a normal fan. I don't have any particular favorites, but I do mostly support all forms of all teams and all sports basically.
Yasir?
Yeah, hi everyone. This is Yasir. Like Suneet introduced in the beginning, both Suneet and I have started this initiative of Crickvidya. And like everyone else here, I'm just normal cricket fan who loves cricket, and we would love to analyze and talk about cricket. And I'm here now to discuss the different teams.
Okay. So, we'll start with the analysis now. What we'll try to do is we'll first try to choose our four overseas players, and then we move on to how the team builds around them. So, Yasir, you would like to start?
My four overseas players are Stokes, Butler, Smith, and Archer. I have gone for these four specifically. Obviously, Stokes gives you an all-round option. Butler up front, right at the tops, give you a very attacking option. Archer gives you a good bowling option, especially depth bowling. And Smith is one person you need in the middle to around which the team can play. Because personally, looking at this squad, I find that they are relatively weak in the low to low middle order section. So it is critical that Smith and then Stokes control this part of the team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mohan,
So
you can give
yeah,
us your
it's kind
views.
of a default for everyone. Like we have straight again Stokes, Butler, Smith, and Archer for the same 11, the same four guys. Yeah, basically, like everyone knows Ben Stokes, we cannot keep him out of the game. Josh Butler, we cannot find a like an opener of that kind of capability who smacks the ball all over the park. And again, Steve Smith, the captain obviously, and he was very successful as a captain, especially with Royals. And Joe Archer, he walks straight into the playing 11. So these
Got
would
it.
be my four.
Bala, any change for you?
No change. These are no-brainer choices, and people will find me as a fool if I say someone like Miller in place of Stokes. So I don't want to. This is a set combination. This is a core for them. So no changing in this.
Yeah.
Smith, Stokes, Archer, and Butler.
Okay. And as everybody said, it's a no-brainer. So I would not like to disagree here. And those are the four options for me as well. So we'll then start with how the batting order and the team structure is. So I think we'll follow the same order. So Yasir, let's
Yeah.
start with you. Who will be your top three batsmen?
Okay, so I one is the first opener is Butler for the reasons we just discussed, and I think most of us agree to. Then the other opener, I've gone for the young Yashasvi Jaiswal. I am still not sure about his hard hitting capabilities, but from whatever I personally saw in the World Cup, he looks to be a good dynamic player. Plus, gives you some part-time bowling as well. So I'll have Yashasvi Jaiswal at 2, and I'll have Sanju Samson at 3 for the simple reason that he is an attractive uh, uh, player who is a good batsman and can accelerate if required.
Got it. So Mohan, what would be your choice for the top 3? Bala, you can probably start with the playing 11.
Okay. Yeah. So my first opener will be Josh Butler. Even though I am a fan of Butler at number 6, who can do the finishing role, but since the Rajasthan team itself is molded like it's either Butler or no one, so I would have Butler at opening the batting, and I will have again SSV Jaiswal at number as a partner for Butler because the left-right combination, and Jaiswal has shown enough promise in the under 19 as well as in the domestic white ball competitions that happened last year. And also, as I said, will give you decent options with the ball. So I will have Butler and SSV Jaiswal as openers in my team. And number 3 will be I will have either Uthappa or Sanju Samson based on my situation. What I will have Uthappa in the team, but Uthappa will be like floater, just like how Badrinath was there for CSK. And yeah, either Uthappa. So as of now, I will have Uthappa at 3.
Okay,
But
got it.
but most probably I won't play Uthappa if wicket falls within for 6 overs. I will send Samson. But if there's a sudden collapse or something like that, I will need Uthappa as a stabilizer in the middle to gather the things along.
So you are saying you have Uthappa and Samson both in your team, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll discuss that. Mohan, you're there. So
You want?
So Mohan, you start. As you see, Yasir and Bala have already shared their top 3.
Okay.
So what is your 11? Who are the top 3 there?
So Josh Butler is opening.
Okay.
Okay, so I would go with Uthappa because I think it's the same decision would be for of management as well because Uthappa is got very experienced player, so they won't put him down the order. And number 3, I would go with Steve Smith
Steve
because
Smith
he's
at
just
3.
like he's
Right. So
yeah,
Steve Smith
Smith.
at 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So my turn now, and for me, I am again going with Butler at the top, and then his opening partner would be Yashasvi Jaiswal, and at 3 it will be Sanju Samson. So similar to Yasir, that is what I have gone with, and Uthappa would be a replacement for Samson in case something happens. He is not there in my playing 11.
Okay. Interesting.
So now let's move on to the middle order. We'll start with Yasir again.
Yeah.
So Yasir, how does your middle order look like?
All right. So my 4, 5, 6, and okay. So 4, 5, 6, 7 are Smith, Ben Stokes, Riyan Parag, and Shreyas Gopal. Smith and Stokes are a no-brainer. Riyan Parag, I found him pretty impressive in the last IPL season. He was also part of the Indian under 19 team, though he didn't have a really great under 19, but he's regarded well by regarded highly by Dravid and company. So Riyan Parag, and I also really liked his temperament in the way he was, despite Rajasthan Royal not really having a fantastic season, the way he performed under pressure is something that I found admirable, and potentially I see him as a possible future India 11 as well. He also gives you some part-time bowling option. So I have Parag at 6, and then I have Shreyas Gopal at 7. He's an all-rounder, not a very aggressive batsman, but he'll give you good bowling option as well as a reasonable batting ability at number 7.
Great.
Got it. Bala, your turn.
Yeah, so I already have Uthappa in my middle order as a stabilizer. So the remaining 4, 5, 6, and 7, or 4, 5, 6 will be Steve Smith at 4, Ben Stokes at 5. I know Ben Stokes at 5 is not a suitable position and it's not a natural finisher as he requires 6, 7 balls to take his time and then launch. But still, the team is shaped up like that, and I have no other go but to play Stokes at 5. And as he said, I have Riyan Parag at 6 or 7. As Uthappa, I have in the 6 or 7 based on his, because Riyan Parag has a good temperament and he showed that, and already a next people saying the next big thing or something like that. So Riyan Parag will complete my 7, and I don't have Gopal at 7 as I still feel Gopal is one position too much for him. He's at best number 8, good number 8 batsman, but number 7 will be too much for him. So I will have him at number 8. So number top 7 will be Butler, Jaiswal, Samson, Steve Smith, Ben Stokes, Riyan Parag, and Uthappa. Uthappa as a stabilizer or a floater whenever needed. That's it. This makes my top 7 a flexible one and reliable one as well, so that the top 2 players can go bonkers at beginning because the batting depth is there till number 7.
Nice.
Oh, good one, Bala. So I'll move to myself now. I have again Steve Smith and Ben Stokes, who are at 4 and 5. And I have I considered Riyan Parag for 6, but I felt that that will make the batting a little less experienced in terms of finishing. So I have gone for Manan Vora at 6. So I would be keeping him. And again, Uthappa for me is a replacement for either of Sanju or Manan Vora if anybody gets injured. And I would like to have an additional batsman here because Yashasvi and Ben Stokes both can bowl. And then the rest of the 5 would obviously be bowling. So Riyan Parag for me is at 7. So that completes the all-rounder kind of players. And now let's move to the bowlers. So Yasir, who are your 4
I
bowlers?
need to fill my middle order.
Oh, sorry.
Mohan has to.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mohan.
Yeah, fine, it's fine. So I'm going with Sanju there. So basically, why is like if I'm not like any fixed kind of positions like Smith at 3, Sanju at 4. Maybe Sanju can come at 3 as well. If there is an early loss of Butler, Sanju will jump to 3, and Smith will again come back to 4. That's the case always with the Royals, right? I mean, they altered their 11. They don't have any standard positions fixed. And the 5th, like Ben Stokes, you need to have a few overs for him to just make his mark. And after that, after Ben Stokes, it's like Riyan Parag. He's a finisher, like he's the only finisher as of now in the squad. Like Ben Stokes, we cannot like entirely call him a finisher. And now again, it's Shreyas Gopal at 7.
Okay.
Shreyas Gopal is an all-rounder. He can bat a bit, and he'll be good at 7.
Got it. So I think so. You don't have your Yashasvi Jaiswal in your team.
Yeah, I mean Yashasvi Jaiswal, and like I'll come next while going through the discussion because I wanted him to open with Joss, but like I don't think it will happen in all the games. Majority of the games it's Uthappa, because Uthappa. I mean during their auction, I've seen in a video like they picked Uthappa basically as an opener. One of the Royals management, I mean the squad management guys said that. So I feel that Uthappa gonna make it to the level.
Okay. So let's move to the bowlers then. Yasir.
Yeah. Okay. So my 8, 9, 10, 11 is one is Archer for sure. Then I have Mahipal Lomror, Mayank Markande, and Karthik Tyagi. So I'll just run through the options. Mahipal Lomror, because he gives you an all-round ability, though he has not really got great opportunities in the IPL, and perhaps still has to fulfill the expectations, but he does give you some sort of all-round ability. And this particular squad and team lacks finishers, so you need that extra batting ability down the order. Then obviously you have Archer. Mayank Markande, while he started off splendidly has been found out a little in terms of the googly and the ability of batsmen to pick his deliveries. So, and that's why I mean Mumbai Indians possibly let him go, but I'll still have him here because he does give you he does give you a good spinner role. And the last person that I was really impressed with was Kartik Tyagi in this World Cup, and I've also seen him bowl some really good Yorkers. So while he's untested and he's pretty raw and young, I do expect him to deliver in the opening as well as the death overs. So I have Kartik Tyagi at 11.
Okay. So that finishes your 11. And we'll come back to that discussion once everybody else finishes. So Bala, who would be your bowlers?
Yeah, I will go with Gopal at 8. I know he is a legit number 7 in other two teams or other teams. So I have it. I'm at 7, 8. So that gives me immense batting depth. And Archer at number 9. So Archer is also a legit batsman as well. Very capable of tonking the ball. So Gopal and Archer at 8 and 9. And I will have Ankit Rajput as the number 10, who is a ithi deck bowler and did well in the last season for Punjab as well. So he's a height factor, is a tall bowler as well. So that will help him. And I will have Unadkat. I know he is no way going to be benched by Rajasthan after having bought again and again season after season. So there is no way they are going to bench him. So
But
Unadkat
he's
will.
actually improved. He has
Yeah, he's
improved.
a leading wicket taker in the Ranji.
He has improved. Yeah.
Yeah, Ranji and IPL are two different ball
Yeah,
games, right?
of course, but he still did perform. Yeah.
But what I have observed is that he performs well under Steve
Under
Smith's
Smith, yeah.
captaincy.
Yes.
When the captain changed, he was not able to perform because he was not used for his strengths. He was given a different role, which Steve Smith, I think, will realize, and I think he will have a decent IPL.
Also, he has a good change of pace and off cutter kind of deliveries, obviously with the left-hander angle. So if
Yes.
if the wickets in Abu Dhabi start slowing down, then he'll be a good option to have.
Yeah,
Yes.
correct. That is right. So
So,
that will be my 11.
okay. Mohan, I'll not forget you this time. So,
Yeah.
your turn.
Okay. My turn. Okay, cool. So I'm really tempted to go with Lomror, Mahipal Lomror, because he's a left-arm guy and he can. It's kind of variation into the squad. So Mahipal Lomror will be there, and he also bats. So it will be an extension for the batting. And Jofra Archer 9 can slog a bit. So
Okay.
the two bowlers would be like Varun Aaron and Jaydev Unadkat.
Okay. Varun.
Because I mean, Shreyas will be a spinner, Rian again is spinner, Lomror again is spinner. So I want to like make Varun Aaron and Jaydev into the squad.
Okay. So you have not really, you don't really have faith in the youngsters, and
No,
you will
I
probably
do have, but
you will
I
probably
do
give
have,
them a
because
chance.
Kartik Tyagi is the leading wicket taker in the Under-19 World Cup and Yashasvi Jaiswal as well, leading run scorer. It's. I mean, I'm really glad that they both were picked by Royals, but I don't think they'll get as many games as these guys. The experienced guys will always be the first to walk into the squad.
So in my case, when when I usually pick all these young guys, it's more of heart decision rather than the mind, because somehow I find it very exciting to see some of these young players and how they'll shape up when they really are under pressure, under fire, and because ultimately IPL you want a strong squad for your India Blues, right? So
Yes.
I mean, so if there is somebody who's really good and comes up well, it gives you a good, it gives you a lot of satisfaction. I mean that's why I always prefer these youngsters and have a go more with my heart than my mind.
And Rajasthan have always did that. They have always concentrated on the Indian youngsters more than
Yeah.
giving going big bucks for foreigners. Only Smith and Stokes were the exception. Other than that, they have always maintained that a core. They wanted to groom Indian youngsters. So I
Youngsters.
think Jaiswal will find a place straight away, I guess. But
Yeah, he will
if
get a
it's good,
games, but okay.
yeah.
So, chalo. I'll just take my turn and then we'll have a discussion. So for me, Shreyas Gopal again walks into every team, and then Archer also, and then I have Markande at 10 and Jaydev Unadkat at 11. So that would be my 11. Okay. So I think my 11 is quite similar to Bala, and only Uthappa versus Manan Vora is the difference.
And I have Ankit Rajput. No one has Ankit
Oh,
Rajput.
Yeah.
so Ankit Rajput for me is like a backup for Jaydev Unattat. So I had considered him, and because he has that raw pace also, which helps him. So in case whatever the pitch conditions and the situation would be at UAE, you can always move between Unatkat and uh, Rajput as
The
well as Kartik Tyagi. So they have that option to to look at Kartik Tyagi also in place of Markande, or get Ankit Rajput if one less spinner is required. So they have quite a few options, Rajasthan Royals, that we can clearly see. But one thing that I can clearly see is that they have too much dependence on the top and the three overseas players who are batting. In case one or even one of them gets injured or something like that, I think they'll have a problem.
also, if Ben Stokes doesn't really perform as a finisher, and then their lower half of the batting is very vulnerable.
Yeah.
Actually, that's why I went with 7 pure batters at top 7,
Yeah,
so that
yeah.
they have batting depth, and it's not like either Josh or no one. So even if it's not for Josh, I have Uttapa, who is kind of experienced at that middle order, doing the strike rotation job, so that the youngsters like Ryan Parag and Samson can express them freely. That's why I had 7 pure batsmen, and Gopal at 7. I'm not a big fan. That's why I didn't have.
Hmm.
Right. So otherwise, I think they have Miller, who can probably come in for maybe if anybody gets injured in terms of Steve Smith or Ben Stokes. So that would be one backup that they have. And as
They have Tom Curran or Jofra Archer or
They have
Hussein
Tom
Thomas as well.
Curran, Andrew Ty. They have good bowlers, but
so Ty could be a very good option in those
yeah,
conditions, I think. But how they fit him into the squad
Yeah.
then becomes a problem.
The problem
Uh,
with this team is that the way their squad is structured, you will play. I mean, your first 11, if everybody is fit, will have Ben Stokes, Butler, and Smith. So that just leaves you with Archer as the other bowling option. I mean, so there's no way unless until one of them is injured that Ty comes in, who will possibly be a very good option in UAE.
yeah,
But
yeah.
you can't fit him in.
But Ty is a pale shadow of what he was, you know, 3 years ago. He has
Hmm.
completely lost it, faded away, and he's just mainly relying on knuckleballs and
Right.
everything. Last season was scattered all along the ground, and
Hmm.
I, I will put Ocean Thomas and Tom Curran ahead of Andrew Tay at this
Andrew
moment.
Ty.
Although I'm not a big fan of Tom Curran, but still he gives that crucial runs with the bat.
Yes, he can still bat like Jofra.
Yeah,
He's a like for like for Jofra. He can bat, he can bowl.
yes. Like for
But
like
yeah,
in the
if
sense,
you, I think
two,
if you
there's
have
a
to,
daylight.
sorry.
Yeah,
There's a difference, but yeah.
Uh,
daylight is there, but yeah, if at all Joffrey is injured, Tom Curran is the
Tom
next
Curran,
best
Tom
option.
Curran will do.
Also, they have that option to maybe in case Ben Stokes or somebody gets injured, they can bring in a bowler, and because they have Uthappa,
They
Manan
have
Vora, those kind of players, they can still have a decent middle order, even if one of the uh, these overseas players is injured or something.
I think Ben Stokes will bowl few overs definitely. Because I mean the bowling department doesn't have any like experienced kind of senior kind of bowler. So Ben Stokes will certainly share few overs.
Yeah,
Depends.
just
As
If
long
like
as he's not
Stokes,
bowling to Braithwaite. Yeah.
or a super over.
I mean he won't do that. He won't bowl death overs though, but he'll certainly share few overs. Because we cannot like Smith said, Smith already like he wants to get Ben Stokes involved into all departments. He released a statement recently, I guess. So Ben Stokes definitely will bowl few overs, and like we all know how big hitter he is with that.
Yes, Stokes will definitely bowl a few overs, but death bowling is the major concern, right? Even if we consider Archer bowling the 18th and 20th over, the 19th over, Dhoni or Russell or Pollard kind of batsman will wait for the 19th over to take 25
Yes,
runs from Unadkat. So that's
yes.
where Unadkat or Ankit Rajput would come on their own. Even
Ankit
if we
Rajput
give
is a
KR,
very good bowler if you talk about that.
yes,
I
yes,
mean,
yes,
he can
very good
walk
bowler.
in the squad.
So
Yes, but
Rajput,
yeah,
if I remember correctly, used to leak a lot of runs for Kings 11 Punjab, and I think
no,
he
he
was
was used
not
as a
able
new
to.
ball bowler. He was used as a new ball bowler by Ashwin. He didn't bowl much in the death. He bowled 3 overs or 2 overs upfront with the new ball and did well. But yeah, I am not sure how he will go about the
And
business in death overs.
yeah, the
All
thing with Rajput is that he's more like the more like the test, more of the hit the deck sort of a bowler. So if batsmen start lining him up, then it becomes easier. So uh, how he delivers in the death overs will be crucial for Roy.
Yes, and anyway, they have Unadkat as their death over, I think. So Unadkat will partner with
Yes.
Archer.
true. So Mohan interestingly has Varun Aaron, which nobody else has
Yeah,
picked up.
because Varun Aaron's economy is very good in UAE. Although they played very few games, but like even last season, he's been a regular bowler, and like I think management believes in him. He'll get more games than any other bowler this time. I feel because I mean I've seen their the documentary which they have released in Geo TV Plus. So like they're treating him as a main bowler. So
Okay.
I mean, it's good. Ankit Rajput should get good few games as well as Karthik Tyagi. He's also very good prospect. So I feel Varun Aaron. I want him to be in my 11. I don't know how it goes. I mean, ongoing the tournament, there will be many changes.
Yeah, I think obviously this time every team would want to do some rotations also, as we discussed earlier also, because
Since there
of
will be a mega
COVID and
auction, I think they'll test every player.
yeah, because COVID and those kind of things. So you need to have everybody prepared for the later matches. You can't just ask Varun Aaron to just come into playoffs and
Yes,
perform.
yes.
So in that sense, they will rotate their fast bowlers for sure. But one observation would be that their spin attack doesn't look very strong.
Yeah, they have one lead spinner, Gopal, who is the leader of the spin attack, and he is definitely one among the top four wrist spinners in the country. But other than that, they don't have much option. Yes, Mind
They
Point
do
is
have
very good.
Markande and Tewati as
Yeah, yeah,
well.
Tiwatia
All
and
are
Markandeya.
like all of them are leggies. So
Yeah,
I
both
don't
are
know how many
all
will.
the three are all the three are leggies, and they have Parag for finger spin and Lomra
Yes.
for
Even Parag is a leg
yes.
spinner mentioned in the site, in their official site. Rian Parag was mentioned
Yeah,
as a
yeah,
leg
he is a
spinner.
leg spinner only. Yes.
I came across that controversy. I know he was a leg spinner but bowling off spin. I don't know how
Yeah,
that works.
yeah.
And they have Lomra for that SLA option. So they have all bases covered. But how much quality that these players possess or can contribute to the side is up for debate. But Gopal is definitely up there. He is one of the top four leg spinners in the country, and
He
he
bowls
can
well with the new ball as well.
yeah
Shreyas Iyer.
everywhere. Yeah,
He got that
that's the thing.
googly. He got that these big guns of RCB out, right? You remember?
Yes,
I think.
yes,
Yes,
yes.
he has the extra bounce going his way, so he's very good bowler. 4 overs of him is gold for Smith.
So one thing I think Rajasthan Royals would have to do is basically uh, train somebody to be the finisher. So let's say a Uthappa or a Manan Vora would have to be given that role, and they have to train for that role only because they would need that. Ben Stokes and Steve Smith, I don't think can finish matches.
Yes,
Uh,
they can anchor
so
the role.
yeah,
They can do the anchor role, but they
so
cannot be a finisher.
and I think they also look at Rian Parag as a spinner, so he can't really fully concentrate on being a finisher. So they would need that number six player who can actually be a proper finisher, which now every team actually requires and slots players for. So that becomes a key to their chases and finishing games, and also even if they're playing first innings, to give those extra 15-20 runs at the end.
Yes, true. Actually, there's a huge shortage of number six batsmen, not only in India or in general. There are very few number six batsmen going around. Take Hardik Pandya, Russell, Pollard, and Dhoni. That's it. They ends and Dinesh Karthik, obviously. That's it. They ends the natural finisher kind of thing. Other than rest all guys are trying to adapt now. That's it. It's a very precarious position, and there are not much players available.
And Uthappa also has clearly stated till last year that he likes to open. So
Yeah.
I don't know whether he would be happy being a floater and finishing games and coming in at six. So I think that was a problem he had at KKR also.
Yes.
They
He
should,
likes
they
to
should,
open.
I mean, the top order should at least stay for the first 10 overs. Then only like the batting order should go, or else it will be a big trouble for Rajasthan Royals because they don't have the other batsmen. Like they are very inexperienced, so they can lose all the wickets if they lose the top
Yes.
wickets very soon.
Yes, that's the reason I had Uttapa as a floater because his experience in the middle can help. If he comes at the top and then top four are of full experience and the bottom three are will be very inexperienced, which will be there will be a huge gap in between. So I
Yes.
just wanted to bridge the gap so that I had Uttapa who can be the floater stabilizer.
Maybe one, I know that will not happen, but one thing possibly you can do to then try to address this weakness is to shift Butler down the order and
Yes.
have him somewhere around Ben Stokes, so that you have that English combination of
Yes,
Stokes and Butler, and
yes,
then
I
maybe
started
have
the
and then maybe have somebody who may or may not give you such a good start, but then you have a good lower order.
Exactly, and I
Yeah.
started the podcast like that, right? Butler as I'm not a fan of Butler as opening, but I would like to have him as a finisher. But if he comes at number five or number six, then this looks settled actually. Uthappa and Jaiswal to open, then Samson, Smith, Stokes, and Butler. That's not rock solid with Farag at seven. That's too much. You can't ask
Yeah.
much better than that.
Yeah, so maybe they'll do that instead of some other combination.
But
Possible, I don't know.
but he was poor in finishing for RR.
Yes.
That's one case. But
Yes.
And he was extraordinary as an opener.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that will tempt them to
The first
open
6
him.
overs, like those were like they'll set the tone for anyone.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
and
and
as
many of the fans like they want Sanju to open with Josh Butler. Just like I mean, SRH have Warner and Bairstow, and Punjab has Gale and Rahul. So like Sanju and Josh both can play very aggressive innings at the top, but like you can still cause them very huge if if RR lose both their openers very early. So Josh Butler will open no matter what because I think it's obvious that he's gonna open. He cannot come down the order. So Sanju Samson, like is again he's one. He can do the role of finisher, but he wants to play up the order. So
That is the problem with Indian team as well. I mean, we have so many players even coming from the domestic and the leagues are all top order players, and
No, but in India,
and then we struggle with the lower half because I mean most of them play in the top order in their respective leagues or domestic tournaments, and then we try to fit them in the middle or lower order.
no,
Though it
yeah,
never
yes,
works.
as I said, there's definitely a shortage of number six batsmen, but India have like good resources like Dinesh Karthik, Karthik Pandya, even Surya Kumar Yadav is a legit finisher. But since he is opening the batting, people forget that he is not able to finish. He was a brilliant for KKR as a finisher, and at number seven in IPL, he has a magnificent numbers. So if needed, India can even ask him to play at six. But Indian management and selectors are not using resources properly. That's a altogether different debate.
Yeah, we
yeah,
can have a separate podcast for that.
even Sanju Samson wanted to open always. So that's again another reason he's not getting selected, even though he's playing very effectively. If he
and
can
also he's got the limited opportunities where he has not been able to perform.
utilize it,
So so those are very limited, and that is arguably one can argue that he should have gotten at least a few more opportunities. But whatever he's got, he's tried to hit it out of the park early and got out and shown a little irresponsible kind of behavior.
yeah.
So but maybe it's his natural game, but
Yes.
that if he had performed in that sense, I think he would have gotten more opportunities. The management would have been forced to look at him, but they slot him in due to that pressure and due to his performances in domestic circuit. But then he only gets a very limited amount of chances.
But possibly he's the most aesthetically attractive batsman in this lineup. In terms of just visually, Sanju Samson is a very good batsman to watch, playing his shots with all those, with that timing and through the long on, log off region, etc. But
Yes.
he's an attractive batsman to watch.
Yes, having said that, he is still an hit or miss player, not consistent enough. You cannot
Yeah.
trust him with solid 30 or 35 runs in every match. But if he gets going, he definitely, as you said, you can praise whatever works with what. But end of the day, numbers and the consistency is all that matters. And he's still a hit or miss player for both IPL and for India.
And also somehow I don't, maybe I've not seen the numbers, but Sanju Samson seems to start the IPL season very well. He has very good scores in the beginning and then slowly fades away by the later part of the tournament.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, he and Rahane did open, and I mean Rahane, it's really a crime to Rahane is all-time leading run scorer for Royals, and yet he was traded. So that was really shocking for the fans because Rahane used to complement very well at the top with Josh Butler, and now like Sanju is the next senior guy who is one of the senior guys. So even Sanju can be a proper batsman in this lineup if he finds his form well.
Yes, true.
So the only difference that I can see in terms of bowling amongst the four teams is that uh, the number of pacers versus number of spinners. So two of you have got four pacers if we include Stokes, and uh, I think me and Yasir have gone for the extra spinner. So I think given the conditions, uh, they will find out by playing one or two matches what is the ideal combination there, and they might be
Except
for.
RCB. Except
Yeah,
RCB.
no, we're just talking about Rajasthan Royals. So
But the thing is, they shouldn't play a spinner just for the name of it,
Yeah.
right? He should be of good quality, and if Mahipal Umar contributes to them, that will add a whole new dimension to the squad. Very good. But
Yes,
if he flops, then they have to go for the next best option, but not looking for spinner. But even for bowler should work. 11 good players should play, irrespective of the conditions. That is what I believe in. The condition should come secondary.
So another player I would like to mention is Tewatia. So he, in the opportunities that he got, he has performed decently well, and he bats also. Is not just a bowler. He can smack runs at the tail end. So that could also be an option if they want to just strengthen their lower order.
Yes, he's a kind of a replacement for Ryan Paraga, who can hit and who can bowl as well. He's a good fielder as well. For DC, he was there last time. I remember his six against Butler. He hit out through through deep wicket. Showed immense potential there. He's definitely an option for him.
But
yeah,
Riyan Parag at six, he can't really bat at six, I think. If you
Yeah.
take Tewatia, he would have to be 7-8.
Yes.
I mean, if Shreyas Gopal gets injured, like Tewatia can walk into the squad. I mean, both are like again leg spinners and they can bat a bit, so it it, it goes in that way.
Yes.
But Gopal is in the team for his majorly for his 4 overs and not for batting. But Timatia is kind of more of a batting all rounder. And if at all Gopal gets injured, they will prefer Markande, who is a legit leg spinner in place of Gopal, I would say.
True. So uh, two of the teams have put Rayan Parag at six. So Yasir and Mohan, do you think that he would be capable enough to handle that pressure at six? Or you're just testing him at six, and in case he doesn't perform, then you change the order or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think Riyan Parag is fine at six because when you look at the batting order, I mean, all of those batters are like they can. If the top four can still bat all the 20 overs if they stand well. So I think Riyan Parag will only get some 3 to 4 overs, considering the high success rate of the top order. So yeah, I mean they don't have a finisher, and they cannot push him down the order, and they cannot push him very up the order. It's like 6 or 7 are the ideal batting position for him, I guess.
So, from my perspective, what really stood out for Riyan Parag was his temperament. So, I mean, he's a very young player, but what really, what I noticed was the way he was handling pressure, and that he remains calm and composed under pressure. So, I am confident that he will deliver the goods at this number.
Yeah, he
Okay.
only played very few games last season, so he'll get all the games probably if he's fit
I
enough.
think he scored a 50 also
He
last
scored a
time.
50, and
Yeah.
yeah, he stood for a while. So it's actually handy so that he can come up the order, so that not just 7 and 8, 6 and 7 would be fine for him.
Okay. So for me, Mohan and Yasir's squad look a little thin in batting because they have Riyan at 6. But maybe if he can perform and 6, 7, 8 all rounders who can bat somewhat, it might work. But on paper, it looks a little weak lower order, a lower middle order.
Yeah, I mean the depth, like you can question of you can say that it lacks the depth, but I am very confident about the top 5. They can play few overs. I mean many overs. So it allows Riyan Parag and those guys to just come in and just bat for the last few overs.
Okay, I think we'll let our viewers decide which team looks the best because we clearly have some differences. So I think we'll let them decide which team is the best, and obviously uh, we'll get some comments there, so we'll know.
Yeah.
So thank you, Balaji. Thank you, Mohan, for coming on the podcast.
Thanks, guys. Thanks so
Uh,
much.
Thank you
and
guys.
Yeah,
You did a great job. It'll
yeah,
be
so
just can't wait for the APL.
So, guys, this was our analysis of the Rajasthan Royal squad. Do comment and let us know whether you liked it or not. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel to know more about our upcoming videos where we will analyze squads of other teams as well. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter. Our channel is @crickvidya. Thank you and have a nice day.